Hello, we are going to demonstrate how to create a Pareto chart using Excel. This is going to be helpful for the activities that we have in our class. This sample Excel data that I'm going to be using indicates 12 defects. And these are generic defects, so they are number 1 to 12. And we have a column with the number of defects for each category. The first thing we need to do to create a Pareto chart is to order the defects in decreasing order. To do that, we select the two columns for the data. We go to the data option, and then we go to sort and make sure that my data has headers is selected. And then you're gonna sort by how many, and you're gonna change from largest to smallest. And now the defects are ordered decreasingly by the number of defects. The second thing we need to do is to calculate the totals of the column. So we create another row called total, and we can go to formulas here, and we use auto sum here. Automatically, it selects whatever you put your cursor in the cell immediately below the column, and then it's going to select all your columns. The instruction is sum and the range for your cells, and press enter. Now we have the totals. I'm gonna bold it and put highlights in a different colors. Next, we need to create a second column, which is the percentage corresponding for each defect. And again, I'm bolding this. And the way to do that is divide the number of defects by the total that we have in the bottom. And we need to fix this cell because we don't want it to be moving once we select the cells below. So we put $signs for both B and the number on this cell. So this is going to make this cell in particular fixed. And now we're gonna make in the format percentage here. Now you can grab this cell on the right bottom corner. You can grab this little point that is here, just extend the range. And now we have the percentage for the cells. If you want to make sure that it's 100% as it should, you just can extend here the sum. Now it's sum of all this column. And we need to make it a percentage too. And we need a third column called com, is cumulative percentage. And what we're going to be doing is adding cumulative all the values in this column. So we have the first one is going to be equal to the one to the first cell. And the second one, this is the one that we need to pay attention to because we're going to be adding what is on top plus what is on the side. So we are adding the two cells to create a cumulative column. And we extend that. And now we have 100%. From here, we can create our Pareto chart. To do that, we select these columns. And then we select this column. To do that, you need to first select these two columns and then press Ctrl in your keyboard. Press the key Ctrl And then you can select a third column here. So now you selected 3 columns that are not consecutive. And we go to insert, and you can go to recommended charts, and automatically Excel is realizing that we want to create a Pareto chart. So we just accept the one that is being suggested and okay. Now we can do a little formatting so we can improve the look on this chart. So you can keep this legend if you like. In the title, you can select it and write Pareto defects. Here, we need to make the font larger because when you export this to a Word file, if you leave it in this font size, it's going to look very small. So we need to make it larger, and also the defects. And the legend too. So you increase the size, the font size of the font. And we can extend this so it looks better. And the title, you can also make it larger, increase the font, 24. And we can move this legend below so it doesn't cover our chart. If you see here, this is going up to 120. So it's not a very good idea because the maximum is always 100. So we're gonna format the axis and we're gonna make it the maximum 1, which is 100. And now have this. We need to move this a little bit so we can have better visibility and it looks better. And we need to add axis labels here. So we select our graphic and check this. When your graphic is not selected, you have all the traditional Excel instructions. When you select your chart, 2 additional instructions are available now. One is design, the other is format. In design, here, design, you can go add chart element, and then you can add axis titles. So we need to add a primary horizontal. We need to add a secondary horizontal. I'm sorry, we don't need the secondary horizontal. We need the primary vertical, and we need the secondary vertical. So now we have the labels on our axis. It's important to label your axis because you may have different quantities in the axis. So here it's going to be defect number, and we need to make this larger to make it visible. 16. That's the font size. And then we can have here cumulative. And we can also make it 16 so it looks better. You can center this. And here you can type defects. And these are the is some formatting tips that you can use. You can use other formatting tools here in Excel that are available to make your chart look better. And now that we have our chart, we can just select it, then right-click your mouse and select copy. Then we can open a Word document, because you're going to need to copy paste these charts to your Word report, to your Microsoft Word report. And then you go to paste and select picture. You want to paste it as a picture. The other options are going to link the chart as a Microsoft object with the Excel file, and it's not the best option. You want it as independent, the format, so the format doesn't change in the future. So with this font size and everything, you can actually put two figures, one on the side of the other, and they're still easy to read by the people who need to read your report. So now you can put as many charts as you like. So this is a demonstration of how to create a Pareto chart in Excel. If you have any questions about this exercise, please let me know, send me an email, and I'll be glad to help you with any issues or questions you may have. Thank you.